Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Charles, I'm here with Yuan Jur, and we're going back into the Superverse. This time I thought we'd look at how Yuan Jur's theological past and his pugilistic past, two very long words for this time of the interview, have reflected on the books and the story development.
How high does your security go?
I'm okay, but this is going for general release.
Well, talk generally then.
Okay. Yuan Jur, I understand that you were a Buddhist monk in a previous life.
Yep, I was.
What can you tell us about time and temple?
The temple life is a very interesting experience. It's it's something that when you're in there, the world is very different and you see everybody outside in a different way. And then when you go back out, you have another experience of when you were there and now you're out.
But we're not just talking about any temple here, are we? We're talking Shaolin Temple in China?
Yeah, originally my first master was Sang Sashi, who was the last traditional master in a very long heritage that goes all the way back to Sakyamuni Buddha, in fact. But it's the temple life in and around Shaolin Temple in China is a very volatile thing. So I found myself sort of looking for more theological studies and so on, rather than some of the paths that they had there. It got very commercial after a while, and so for me, I was more interested in studying doctrine and stuff. So I ended up moving across to the temple in Kaifeng and studying with a master there, which better suited my career aims as a theologian and so on.
Okay. So, and I'm just doing a shameless plug here for War and Lies.
A shameless
plug, War and Lies, available at all good bookstores.
Book stuff.
The reincarnation aspects, the karmic aspects,
Yep.
the multiple worlds aspects,
Yep.
those elements of the story, have they been shaped by your time in temple and your development?
Oh yes, I mean, gee whiz, the doctrinal studies, particularly things like the Flower Adornment Sutra and so on, speak about multiple worlds, and they speak about different dimensions and a variety of things that people in time travel, sci-fi genres think is kind of isolated to them, but actually such things have been talked about for thousands of years in various cultures.
So there's nothing new here?
They stole it. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
But let's also then look at the pugilistic, the martial arts side of your background. Now that goes back to when you were 14 or something?
Yeah, I started collecting bruises when I was 14. Yeah. A lot of bruises. A lot
of bruises?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did that progress through?
I got good at it after a while. I didn't keep running my body into things.
Like other people.
Other people's hands and legs and stuff. So that was really helpful.
Yep.
But that's those two mediums of what's shaped the stories. It's what when you read the fight scenes and the combat scenes, the huge battle, whether grand scale or whether it's two individuals, be they aliens or whatever, that my background is in there, making it as practical as possible, but hopefully as entertaining as possible too.
So you qualified for Red Sash, was it?
I have 2 master's degrees. I have a master's degree in Shaolin Temple boxing, and I also have a degree before that of 12 years of study with a system called Jinwukun, and that is a southern Chinese-based system, which has also elements of karate in there. So it's got quite a long heritage.
And for people like me who don't understand the finer points, how does that translate into black belts?
Well, if you were a black belt, it would be somewhere around 4th or 5th degree or something like that.
So fairly high up in the whole thing.
Yep.
Sounds like a good place to break.
I think so.
Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next time when we enter the Superverse.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.